It's the Midnight Trucking Radio Network. Eric Carley here. Joining us right now from Daimler Trucks North America is Dave Hames. Dave, how are you?
Doing good. Thanks, Eric.
Hey, welcome to the show. Let's talk about the place that you have right now, that your company has, with today's owner-operator.
Well, that's an interesting story. Some out there are saying that today's owner-operator, the owner-operator is dead, gone, the industry's changed.
Yeah.
We believe exactly the opposite. We believe the owner-operator is alive and well. In fact, we're fortunate to, during 2009, have actually taken a leadership position with owner-operator new truck purchases, which we're very proud of.
Wow.
So we're over 24% market share, and we hope to see that rising. And what's really fascinating about that is that that's happening with the Cascadia. That's a big part of that owner-operator purchase cycle. And
right.
So we're saying internally, the owner-operator is not dead at all. They're alive and well,
right.
And they're smarter than ever.
Yes.
So they're looking at smart business. They're looking at how can they improve their bottom line, and what truck is going to get them there, and which engine combination.
And it's interesting because there is so much reward that comes out of a purchase like that, a Freightliner Cascadia, because obviously there's a great reward in the satisfaction of driving such a great truck. And I've been in that Cascadia myself. I know that. I speak from experience. But beyond that, the functionality has to be there. As you mentioned, the owner-operator of today is smarter than ever. They're educated. They're on top of every tenth of a penny, and they want to make sure that they're as efficient as possible. This is part of it.
At the end of the day, the truck is a tool.
Let's talk about the offerings and what Freightliner and Western Star offer today in the marketplace.
Well, first of all, Freightliner and Western Star, we've got the best engine choices available. Of course, there's the Detroit diesel engine offerings with the DD13, DD15, and DD16 with the BlueTech SCR technology. But we also offer Cummins, the ISX Cummins engine in our heavy-duty on-highway tractors, and because we believe in giving the owner-operator the choice, which combination works best for them. As well as the transmissions, axles, we believe we've got the best offering out there and the most options for customers to choose from.
And what we're seeing these days, a little more, Dave, is fuel options. The drivers want to kind of have some alternate fuel options here. So how are you stepping up to the plate here?
Well, that's a very strong suit for Daimler if we talk beyond just Freightliner, but specifically to Freightliner as well. Daimler worldwide is a leader in alternate fuel technologies, whether we're talking hybrids and the various hybrid platforms, compressed natural gas, liquefied natural gas, fuel cell vehicles. We're working full electric vehicles. We're working pretty much in every technology path out there in terms of fuel, looking for sustainable platforms for future growth, and also that are going to benefit the overall economy and environment.
Right. What is it that you see shaping the future as far as the future of transportation here? I remember having discussions not too long ago, it was probably 6-7 years ago, about the technologies you just mentioned, and people were skeptical as to whether those technologies could actually hit the market, and here they are. So what do you think is going to shape the future here?
Well, I think probably the first thing we're going to see and that will affect on-highway trucking will be the natural gas solutions. More and more, these are becoming mainstream. We are building these trucks in our factories with full factory warranties. And these are more limited, maybe not the long-haul tractors, but the regional tractors. The infrastructure is still the main issue to overcome, but if you've got a limited operation where you've got a home base that you're getting to, you've got that fueling station, it's a very, very viable solution. And it gives you a couple of benefits. First of all, you've got a much cheaper fuel. You've got a fuel that helps us become independent from foreign oil. You've got a fuel that is readily abundant, of course, here in the U.S., but it's also got a reduced carbon footprint, which is becoming, maybe in Europe and other parts of the world, this has been a big issue for a longer time, but the awareness about carbon footprint and the amount of greenhouse gas emissions that we're dealing with is becoming very important to the U.S. consumer as well.
And there's something to that when the industry meets a standard, but then goes beyond that standard and takes on their own initiatives here, because there's that relationship between the industry and then everybody else outside the industry, and there's an image that frankly trucking has had for way too long. But now that you look at it, clean diesel technology, these alternate fuel options here that we're talking about, that changes that.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's really, I think, great technology. So give us a sneak peek. What's on the horizon here from Daimler Trucks North America?
Well, it's I don't know about a sneak peek, but I can talk a little bit about what we currently have in place, and it's really becoming a mainstream player. Our compressed natural gas solutions in some of our vehicles. This started out actually with a liquefied natural gas in the Port of Long Beach, but that's grown, and we're seeing all over the country customers and some major customers looking at natural gas trucks. We've got Department of Energy funding and different incentives to go to clean fuels, cleaner fuels, beyond diesel, and so we're seeing a real growth in the natural gas sector. A lot of this is more on the vocational trucks at first, but I think there's going to be applications here in the not too distant future for long-haul trucking where we'll see natural gas trucks running coast to coast. Yeah, and
we've kind of been watching out there on the West Coast, some of these port fleets and switching over, and states like California and all of this, but we're also seeing some of the private sector demand for creating this infrastructure and spreading it out nationwide. So I guess the next question has to be, what are we hearing from as far as the consumers are concerned in the testing of these types of products?
Excuse me, the customers that have taken these trucks are extremely happy with them. They love the trucks. Of course, when you've got a fuel that's about half the price of diesel, that
what's
helps.
not to love?
But the vehicles themselves perform very well. They've got they're quieter too, which is something that's a benefit, particularly in the applications where some of these have been sold. But they're wonderful trucks, no major issues with them whatsoever. It is an adaptation to a new fuel and some of the things that come with that. But once they're there and settled in, I mean, these guys aren't switching. I mean, they talk about increasing their fleet size of natural gas vehicles, not decreasing. So
wow, that's
impressive.
And that's again where that real demand and real growth comes from. And ultimately, what really gives us at some point, a monumental shift in the industry.
Absolutely.
Because that's, as you mentioned, with those types of savings, that's terrific. That's terrific for everybody involved. Dave, great talking to you. It's really exciting to hear about this technology. Thank you so much. We do appreciate your time today.
I appreciate it, Eric. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah.